So the director's cut version of Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2 are on Netflix. If you haven't watched them, go watch them. They're really good. I did not watch the PG-13 version of Rebel Moon. I knew there was going to be the real version coming out, so I didn't watch it. And if you haven't seen my review of Part 1, you can go watch that. It's on the channel. But this is about Part 2, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very satisfying ending, somewhat of an ending. Kind of leaves off on a bit of a cliffhanger. Um, Apparently, they do have a story already made for the third one, but they haven't started shooting it yet. Obviously, there's no release date or anything. But I mean, if they wanted to, they could leave this and just not do anything. But at the same time, it would leave a couple of plot holes for sure that still need resolving, and there's still a big bad to take down. It would be kind of like what they did with the Snyder Cut, you know, got rid of Steppenwolf, killed him off, and then Darkseid shows up, who's even a bigger, badder version, and then the movie ends, and a part two never came out. So let's hope that doesn't happen with this one. But at the same time, I'm still satisfied just having these two parts. Um, this one started off a lot slower than the first one. It was a lot more character building. And the only complaint I did have in the first part was actually fixed in this movie. I just wanted more development from the other characters that we kind of bumped into in the first one. It focuses on a lot of world building in the first part, and you meet so many characters that become part of your main group, and you don't really get like a backstory for them or anything. But if you're worried about that, part two gives that to you. So, I mean, they're not the best. They could have been done a bit better, but overall, I was satisfied with it. But the movie starts off pretty slow, you know, just going through everybody's history, origin stories, and all that. And we get a bit more context of the robot and what his meaning is, and what his part plays in all of this. And yeah, it's just a lot of it's a lot more dialogue heavy at the beginning compared to part one. Just starts out guns blazing, completely brutal and violent and gory, everything you want. And then it kind of slows down a bit, but this one it just starts off slow, and I didn't mind that because the end of the first one was very, you know, bombastic. It was very epic. So obviously you need to have that chill time in between, especially if you're watching these movies back to back like me. You can only take so much action. So I enjoyed the slow start, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but this movie really delivers on the action just like the first one does, if not even better, and there's even more of it. This movie's a bit shorter than the first one, but it is not you're not going to be disappointed with the action. I thought they were going to take a little bit more time with the characters, but they kind of jump into the action when there's like, I don't know, hour and a half left, and from then on it's just a massacre. It's crazy. um, I personally really like these movies. I like the characters. They're not the best that Zack Snyder's done, but I do like them. They're interesting enough. The actors did a great job. Everyone did a great job. The dialogue's really good, just like the first one. It's very sharp dialogue. It's not too confusing. It's not boring. It's good. It's really good. Very intense. Very. There's so many epic moments with these characters that are just. It's so hard to, you know, even hate on Zack Snyder. I don't know how you guys do it so good, but I can't. This man has brought me plenty of great movies, so I can't really get mad at him. And what I think this movie did do better than the first one was definitely the character building with certain characters. And I think there's a bit more memorable fight scenes in this one, just moments overall. And everyone comes together for this big battle and really showcases the true warrior within them, like they keep saying in the movie. But I really don't want to watch the PG-13 version. I know it's worse, but maybe one day I'll watch it just to see, you know, how different it is and how bad it is. But I could not watch a movie like this without blood and gore, and the director's cut definitely gives you all that which you need. The villain in here still really good. Same villain from the first one. Really, really well done. Really good acting, and most importantly, the story between him and our main character is intertwined pretty good, and like the reason why they're trying to kill each other completely makes sense. The story's pretty simple. It's nothing too crazy, and there is a couple of twists and turns, but for the most part, like it's not Zack Snyder's best story, but goddamn, this movie's epic as hell. The action is epic. The slow mo may bug you, didn't bug me. This one felt like it had more slow mo than the first one did, but it kind of added to the experience. I'm not gonna lie. Plus, just like the first one, the transitions to real time to slow mo and back and forth are just so well done. I kind of think it does suit a movie like this. It just makes it more epic. But I can see why people get turned off by it. It can get a bit annoying at some points, like when you're harvesting the grain. Like you really gotta do that in slow mo, bro. Like, but when it comes to that action, I love it. I eat that shit up all day. Definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. And there is a lot of action to have in this movie. So I don't think you guys would be disappointed there if you're thrown off by the slow start at the beginning of the movie. Just stick with it. Hell, I mean, you're gonna miss a lot of development, but if you don't care about that and just want to see some brains getting blown out, skip on to like an hour in the hour and a half in the movie, and you will be satisfied. I can guarantee you that. As for now, I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. I think the first one had a lot more world building. The second one, you are mainly like, because the first one you're going to get the team assembled and the people that you need to defend the village. So there's just a lot of different locations and settings that they went to, and I really enjoyed it. It was really well done. And the second part is more of just staying at the village, waiting for the enemy to show up, and this big battle goes on, and they don't really leave the village other than getting on the ship. So there's not a lot of different settings. But at the same time, this was definitely one of the best third acts in a movie that I've ever seen when it comes to just pure violence, drama, caring about, just what's going on. A lot of emotion. Like, Snyder really put everything into this battle, almost being an hour and a half long. And you don't really get bored of it. You kind of want more. Sometimes you feel a bit exhausted from all the action. But he did a really good job here balancing everything out and making every new encounter feel fresh. And there's so many points you think it's going to be the end of your character and something happens. I was really surprised that not a lot of the main characters died, only one or two of them. But overall, it's really hard to compare to the first one. So I definitely got to sit on that. But definitely go check it out. Definitely support it. And hopefully we get a part 3 soon. Thank you guys for watching the review, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.